we can begin. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Pinwheel session, where we are showcasing Fort Rampura to you. I'm Piasha, I lead operations at RARE, and we have today with us Padmini and Keshavendra, so they're the owners of Fort Rampura. Some of you may be new to Pinwheel. So Pinwheel is RARE's way of asking a rather simple question. So basically, how do we want to travel? It's our forum for thinking about the art of the journey, about sustainability, yes, but also about slowing down enough to really notice where we are, who we meet, what we leave behind, and what we take with us. Because travel at its best is not simply about getting somewhere, it's about developing a relationship with a place. And some places deserve more than a hurried visit. They deserve time, attention, and a little curiosity, and which is pretty much what Fort Rampura is also about. So we bring here our community together to talk, listen, exchange ideas, and look again at the places that matter. Today, we do just that as we welcome Fort Rampura to the RARE collection. It's a new addition to the RARE portfolio. It feels very much in tune with what Pinwheel stands for. So a place where the journey is not simply about arriving, but about also slowing down, noticing, engaging with the landscape, and understanding the story of the place. So today, as we welcome Fort Rampura into RARE, we are also reminded why Pinwheel exists in the first place. So to look beyond the obvious, to travel with a little more intention, and to find the places that ask us to pause and look again. I have now the pleasure of inviting Padmini and Keshavendra to speak on Fort Rampura. Request you to all please keep your microphones muted while the session is on. We'll take question answers at the end of the session. Yeah, so over to you, Padmini.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. And thank you so much, Piyasha, for that beautiful introduction. I'm Padmini, and along with my husband, Keshavendra, both of us have been hosting guests in Rampura since 2007. We have been relatively small and obscure for the past so many years. But now that we've added 10 more rooms and we have RARE by our side, we hope to change all that. Before we move on, there's just a small little video. It's about a minute. So I'd just like to play that. I may.
Nice.
So where exactly are we first? So we are in District Jalon of Uttar Pradesh. So Jalon district is this very forgotten part of Bundelkhand. And we are right, so in a very small forgotten place, but at the same time, we're right in the middle of a lot of very important travel destinations. So you have Agra close by, Gwalior close by, Khajuraho, Lucknow now developing. And now with the expressways all around, we have greater access, and the time taken and the distance taken reaching Rampura has also reduced a great deal. So you have Delhi, which is almost 400 kilometers from our place, and it takes, or via the expressways, it takes barely 6 hours. And then, of course, Agra is about 220 kilometers, and it takes about 3.5 hours to reach us via the expressways, via the main roads. But if you're coming via Mela Koti, which a lot of you already know about, there were just about a 2-hour journey from our place. And we have had a lot of guests who have either coming from Mela Koti or going towards Mela Koti from us. And the drive from Mela Koti to us is actually beautiful. It's rural landscape, ravines, you pass through rivers of Chambal and the Jamna before you reach us. So it's actually a beautiful, beautiful ride. Gwalior is about 160 kilometers, again, 2 hours journey. Jhansi, Ocha is another 150 kilometers from our place, from Rampura, so that's another 2 hours. Khajuraho on the Bundelkhand expressway going through Charkhari and then to Chhatarpur, and reaching Khajuraho takes about, I think, 5 hours. And if you're going via Jhansi, it takes a little longer, 4.5 to 5 hours on that Bundelkhand Express Road. And Allahabad is about 6 hours from us. So during Kumbh, we become quite useful. And over the past 2 years, we have had guests coming in from Lucknow. And that is about 250 kilometers, a 4-hour journey. Again, the expressway, the roads are fantastic. Kanpur is about 150 kilometers en route to Lucknow, and it's a 2-hour journey from our place. And of course, from Lucknow, you can access Camp Dudhwa and Camp Tiger Lily. So this is where we are located. Yeah. This is a little bit about the fort. The fort is about 800 years old. 16 generations of the family have lived here. It is essentially a mud fort. So what has happened is that the fort has been created around the ravines that exist in the place. And so it's essentially all mud, but it's been the walls have been reinforced with bricks and limestone mortar. Obviously, over the past 16 generations, 800 years old, there have been a certain amount of wear and tear that has taken in. But hopefully, we hope that this venture of ours will help restore or can pay for its, or rather sustain this place. Keshu's grandfather had modernized a certain portion of it, and that is a portion that we continue to live in. And we have continued to live in. Keshu was here 30 years ago, so he's continued to live in. We have continued to live there. The rest of the portion was abandoned, as you can see in the faded black and faded colored photograph. This is the condition that it was in. And slowly and gradually over the years, we have tried to make sure that it is safe from water, but then obviously a lot more effort is required. And that effort is not only just money, but a lot of expertise. And
Padmini, I'll just once intervene. Can you share your full screen?
Oh, how do I do that? It is a full screen.
No, I don't think it's a full screen.
How do I do it?
Yeah, so you'll get an option there when you
wait. Yeah. Is it all right? I'm seeing a full screen.
I'm not able to. Ginny, are you able to see the full screen?
Yeah, I think it's full screen only.
Yes.
Everyone can see
Okay. All right.
Give me a bit of
No, okay, just
I have no idea what to do from here.
Okay. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. And slowly and gradually, we have kind of tried to make the place more livable, use the more abandoned spaces to, kind of use it for some sort of purpose. And this is what the property now looks like. So the photograph that you see right on top, that's the Zanana area. That used to be the Zanana area, the women's quarters. And that courtyard is now being used as a place to have our meals and have our dining experiences over there. Yeah, and these are some other photographs of the courtyard. That's the entrance to the fort. Yeah, these are some other spaces that have been modernized. And most of these spaces were already done by Keshu's grandfather. Yeah. So right now we have about 10 rooms in all. They've been divided into two categories, the Hathighar and the Bursal. The Hathighar is so called because there were elephants that used to be housed over there. They had elephants, two of them, but they did have them, and that is where they were kept. This building has about 4 rooms. Each room has its own private balcony. The Ghursal or the horse chambers were again called because there were horses and bullock carts and bullocks that used to be kept over there. And in this area, which was completely dilapidated, in this area, there are now 6 rooms in one row, and they all share a common corridor. The rooms are fairly basic. Basic in the sense they're comfortable. They're comfortable. There's electricity. There's bedding. Some of them are twin beds. Some of them are double beds. They have a seating area. They have a desk. They have a single storage area, a place to keep your suitcases. In-room tea, coffee, water. The bathrooms are basic facilities, modern bathrooms, hot and cold water. There is, we have solar, we have solar backup, we have inverter backup, generator backup. So basically that takes care of the living part. Yeah. Anything else? So these are the rooms and the facilities: comfortable bedding, attached private bathrooms, in-room seating arrangement, natural ventilation, storage, basic facilities, and water. The activities, Rampura, like any other place, will not make sense until you engage and interact with the place and the community and the landscape. And so we have created curated experiences and activities around so that the guests get an opportunity to interact with people, engage with people, explore the place, and hence all these activities. But then it all seamlessly kind of melds in depending on what the guest wants to do. Yeah. So, for example, the ravine walk. You are in Rampura. You are in the Chambal ravines. I mean, how can you not talk about the ravines and the dark pools of the place? And how can you not explore what the ravines used to look like? And so we do organize walks. I actually love this little activity because it's early in the morning. It's pre-breakfast. And if you've seen the movie Pan Singh Tomar, if you read all the books, it's actually quite a fascinating walk through the ravines. Yeah. Exploring the fort. This is absolutely, I mean, it's the first thing. It's the first activity that we do with the guests when they come in after they've had their refreshments and things like that, is to take them around the fort, because the fort itself, the tour around the fort itself takes about almost 2 hours. Exploring the place, kind of show them so that they get their bearings around the place, and then they can explore it on their own. But the first round is something that we take them around. And apart from just the walks in the ravines, we also take them into the bazaar. Mondays and Fridays is when the Rampura bazaars are held. There are small little melas in the winters, small fairs and the melas that are held in around the region. So you have these shopkeepers who move from mela to mela in different parts of the district or from other districts also. And they sell their wares. And you have the local public, they all come out, the women come out, and that's where they do their selling and buying. So it's quite a fascinating place. So we take them for that too. The boat ride. Rampura is actually, the whole region has a lot of rivers. So the Jamna River flows by about 12 kilometers away from us. We have 4 other rivers in the region that feed into the Jamna. So you have the Pahuj, the Kuwari, the Sindh, the Chambal that meet the Jamna in this area called the Pachnada. It's not one particular area like the Sangam where the Ganga and the Jamna meet, but it's an area. It's about almost a couple of kilometers, yeah, and it meets all these different tributaries meet the Jamna at different places. So it's from that place that we hire local fishermen boats. These are very basic boats, so we kind of make them comfortable by putting a little gadda on it. We take the gaddas with us, and with life jackets also. These guys aren't wearing any, but we do provide them life jackets. And then they sail down the Jamna till they come to this little beautiful place by the river, by the Jamna Nadi. It's the photograph on top. You see that photograph on top? That's the place where they arrive. And it is a sarai by the river. So it's essentially um, a trading post. Yeah, so this is where in the olden days the boats used to come by, they would stop, they would unload, offload, whatever they want to do, take passengers. And there's a place for people to spend the night if they had to. And there's a little temple over there, and it's actually quite beautiful. And that's where we have a chai for the evening. The boating activity is post lunch, so it's actually beautiful in the winters. The sun is setting, and it's calm. It's the Jamna Nadi actually does look very, very beautiful, unlike what it's in Agra or in Delhi. So apart from this, we have pottery sessions. We take them to a little village where there are some potters' houses, and they try their hands, getting their hands dirty, try to make the pots along with with the potters. We take them to the local gur unit. There's some sugarcane that goes around in the area, and the local gur is then sold in the bazaars. So we take them to see how the gur is made, how the sugarcane is juiced, and then it's cooked till the final jaggery is made. One of the most beautiful and I think unique activities is this musical evening that we have. So these are not really folk artists, or I wouldn't call them because they don't call themselves folk artists. They're just ordinary farmers, and they come together. During times of celebration, festival, and they sing, and they sing. Most of the songs are in the glory of the goddess. Some songs are about war and valor. Sometimes they kind of intersperse it with a little bit of the new ones, also intersperse with a little bit of Kabir ke Dohe and things like that. But that is very little, but only maybe one guy probably does that. But most of them are, it's actually quite fascinating because it starts off really slow and then it reaches the crescendo, the tempo increases. So if I may play this little excerpt that we have. Apart from that, we have had a couple of bikers who have come in because it's off-road all the way around, and from Agra going on towards Jhansi, going towards Allahabad, Banaras, even Nepal. I've had a number of guests who have enjoyed my cooking. It's simple home cooked meals, so Indian meals. So when they want to try and make something, or if they like something, then we have an impromptu sort of a cooking session, and they want to know how the tempering was done or something like that. So that is what we do. There are lots of opportunities to just relax around the property itself. There are different spaces that have been created. There's a moat around the property. So it's a lovely place to walk around. And of course, the moat itself has a number of trees, fruit trees, as well as forest trees. So that it's absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of bird life. And if you're so lucky, Kesha's got some fish in the moat. So you can even grab a fishing pole and go for fishing if you'd like. Though I can't guarantee that you'll catch any. The nearby attractions, Rampura is a fairly decent place to come to go to Mela Koti, of course, Sarai Atoria, a lot of our guests have been to and fro from them. And you can go to another beautiful rare property, which is Camp Tiger Lily, which is further from Lucknow. So you've got to go to Lucknow first and then. And of course, since you're coming into Uttar Pradesh, I have to also mention a few other places that you could go to. Of course, you go to Allahabad and then to Banaras, and then you can go to Lucknow. And 2 hours from us is the wonderful perfumery experience, is Kannauj, where there is this beautiful centuries-old perfumery tradition that exists, and it's fascinating to see that entire process. We do not conduct tours over there, but we do know people who can do that for you. So you can stay back for 1 more day to kind of go and visit them and then come to us and then move on further. Yeah. Or go while going towards Lucknow en route, you could stop over and then have that experience and then move towards Lucknow. Sustainability practices. There's rainwater harvesting, there's solar power, sourcing for food, of course, from the local bazaar. We are about 250 kilometers from cities, and I just find it simpler to kind of use seasonal produce, use local suppliers to get all my khane ka saman. Local staff, they're not trained in hospitality. They are local people. They know the basics, and they've been trained by me, and they are eager to learn. And there's a fair amount of women in the staff too. Chemical-free toiletries and cleaning supplies, bottled RO water, and branded water on request if somebody is very particular about water. Suggested itinerary. So normally we have had guests who stayed for 2 nights, and the 3rd night also. So they come in by lunchtime from wherever they're coming in from, whether it's from Agra or Lucknow or Khajuraho. They reach Rampura by lunchtime. So after lunch, they explore the property and then they settle down. We operate only in the winter, so the days are shorter. During the 2nd day, early in the morning is your ravine walk if they want to. Otherwise, some of them like to sleep in late. Then post lunch is where we take them into the bazaar, take them for the potters, take them to see how the gur is made, come back for lunch, and then post-lunch go and visit a brick kiln, because that is also another very, very fascinating thing to see how the division of labor takes place, how every process is very, very exact, and how the bricks are baked. And
so Padmini, if you can tell when exactly you close down, when you're not operational, which is that period?
April. So we're operational from the 1st of October till April. Yeah, 30th April. Yeah, but by then it does get quite warm. So the best times is the winters. We don't operate in the monsoons, and we don't operate in the summers. Yeah. And so after the brick kiln, the boat ride on the Jamna, the tea by the river, and if it's so requested, then we organize the musical evening. Day 3 could be trips to the Chambal sanctuary or to Kannauj. I have to mention that we do not have an in-house naturalist. So Chambal sanctuary would have to be organized by, we'll have to kind of tie up with somebody. And so is Kannauj also the perfumery experience. So what, in conclusion, I would like to add that we do not have the grandeur or the opulence of a lot of other properties that you might experience or see, but you will not find us lacking in warmth, in personal hospitality, in personalized hospitality, or for that matter, making sure that your guests, or even you, if you do happen to come to us, will not enjoy your stay and have a comfortable stay with us. Rampura is an old fort. It is, it's not on one flat level, it's on different levels, and there's a fair amount of walking that has to be done. So there's gradual slopes, there are turns, you're going through tunnels, their steps are high and slightly steep, so there's a fair amount of walking that has to be done. So people who have mobility issues. I'm not saying they're not. I've had people who are retirees who have come, who have had mobility issues, and slowly, gradually, they've managed to kind of move around and enjoy themselves. But wheelchair accessibility is unfortunately not there over here. So those are the few things. And of course, you have to pack in a pair of walking shoes because it's a little difficult to navigate steep slopes. Not steep slope, but a slope nevertheless in heels. So that is what I have to say about Rampura. I'm open to questions. I'm trying to go to the first page. If there are any questions.
Yeah, so I can see something on the chat, one second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nagshri asks, is the musical evening every day, or you need a minimum
No,
number
it's
of
only on
guests to?
request, and it's not included as part of the cost. It's an extra charge.
And you need a minimum number of guests to make it happen?
No. Should I get Keshu in also? Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah, if you please want to say something.
Do you want to say anything? Have I missed out on anything?
You didn't, yeah.
Was I too fast or something like that? Because
Okay, and yeah, do you have specific timings for breakfast or I think other meals, if you can say?
8 o'clock to 10:30. Are there any other timings?
Okay. And which is the nearest railway station?
Etawah is about 100 kilometers from us.
Okay.
If you're coming in from Delhi, I think Etawah, Jhansi, Gwalior, all these three destinations would be fine. Even Kanpur. And if you're coming from the
Etawah,
south,
Jhansi,
Kanpur,
okay.
Gwalior also.
Gwalior.
Yeah. And if you're coming in from Bombay, Urai would be one of your stations. Urai is about just 50 kilometers. It's just about an hour's drive. 55 kilometers.
So which will be the closest, say?
See, all the trains don't stop in Urai. So I guess Etawah, Jhansi, Gwalior. Urai is the closest station that we have. It's a 50-kilometer drive.
No,
but I don't think a lot of trains. It depends on where you're coming in from, because trains from Delhi don't stop there.
Okay.
Only trains coming from the south.
Okay.
And Jhansi is definitely one of the big rail heads.
So this is a question from my side. So would you arrange the railway station transfers?
Okay, I can organize it, but I have to make it absolutely clear that we don't have registered taxis over here. Yeah, so we have private cars, and I can have them sent to you, but that will be an additional cost, of course, and but there are no registered taxis.
Okay. And which will be the best airport?
Lucknow,
Lucknow,
Gwalior, Khajuraho. If you're coming in from Khajuraho, if you're coming in from that area.
Okay.
So prior to, I think, past 3 years, we've been getting guests from Lucknow. So they've come in from Lucknow and they've driven down to us. And then gone on further towards Gwalior or Agra or Khajuraho, wherever. We have had, in the past, we have had people who have just come in just from Khajuraho, explored Khajuraho, then come to us and then gone to Agra and Delhi or maybe to Rajasthan also. So these are the different options. I think even Kanpur also has an airport, but it's a little iffy. So I mean, there are only very few, I think only in the winter or something like that, they run some planes there.
I don't think so. Yeah, so
I did have guests in the past, so, or maybe they've stopped it now, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, so Nakshri, what you're asking, there's still a minimum 4 hours then. 4 hours from, you mean airport?
From Lucknow, yeah.
From Lucknow, yes.
Huh.
Yeah. There's a minimum 4 hours.
From Lucknow.
Yeah.
Okay. And
The
let's
roads are
say
excellent.
roads are good. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you are going, and if one goes from Delhi, I mean, it's good to drive, let's say, directly.
Absolutely. It's a 6-hour drive. So you've got to take the expressways all throughout. So you have the Delhi-Agra Expressway, the Agra-Lucknow Expressway, and halfway on the Agra-Lucknow Expressway, you branch off onto the Bundelkhand Expressway.
Yeah.
And at an exit, at an Auraiya exit, you get off. And once you exit the expressway, it takes about 40 minutes to Rampura. And again, the road is fairly decent. There's a bit of a 20-kilometer patch, which is actually quite beautiful and quite scenic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not exactly a state road or anything of that sort, but it's actually very pretty.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people are familiar with Mela Kochi, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Which is again a new collection.
it's
Yeah.
a new rare collection, but they've been
Yeah.
there for some time, and
Yeah.
they're
So
absolutely
Fort
fascinating.
Rampura, Mela Kochi also can be done in one, like
Absolutely,
one
absolutely,
tour. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I think it complements. I think we both complement each other. Theirs is nature and Chambal sanctuary, so you get to experience that too at the same time in the same sort of topography and landscape. So it's actually quite fascinating. And then we give you the whole culture and rural aspect of the whole place. So it's actually quite nice.
So, Kushnur, what is your question? How safe is it to travel with unregistered cabs? So, in that case, I mean, maybe you can suggest someone, right? I mean, a transport vendor, and it can be.
Us?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
saying.
me.
Yeah. So for the
I
transfers.
see most of the transports in the past, all our guests have either come in from transports from Lucknow or from Agra, or some of them from Rajasthan, some of them from Khajuraho.
Okay.
Yeah? And they have taken the guests. So even if they are coming via whichever mode from wherever they're coming from, they normally always come in with their own drivers, because these guys are experienced and they know the roads. And it's a lot of them have even come from sent taxis from cabs from Rajasthan and Khajuraho.
Okay.
But that is a bit of a problem in UP right now in terms of cabs. You know, trained cabs, trained drivers. So
Samir says 4 trains from Mumbai stop at Orai. Can you manage transport? Yeah, we just discussed
yeah, absolutely. 50 kilometers. Yeah, that's that we can do.
What would be the approximate cost for it? Okay, so yeah, that's maybe, you know,
2 grand, 2 grand, 3 grand, 2 to 3 grand.
Okay. Can you show again the distance showing page? Okay, can you, yeah, maybe with this slide, with the presentation. So what is the meal plan that you generally offer when you're?
The meal plan is all meal plan. Since there is no place that you can go
Exactly.
for breakfast, lunch,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you have a different sort of a thing. The meals are all cooked at home. I mean, since on the property itself, and it's all Indian meals. It's home cooked Indian meals is what I can call it. I try to incorporate different delicacies from here. I don't make an entire Bundelkhandi thali, though I was told by somebody to do it, and I'm very, very excited to kind of introduce that too. But that is again on request, because I don't think it's a cup of tea for everybody. But I do incorporate small things into it. Like, for example, there's this bajre ka pua that they have. They have mangoras, and there's a basin sabzi that they do. And there's chane ka saag that they do, bajre ki roti, and those kind of things. So I incorporate that as part of the meals too. But basic Indian food, there's vegetarian and non-vegetarian. Depending on dietary preferences, whether you don't have lesson piyaz or something like that, I try to incorporate that if I can. If I can't, I let you know upfront. But I haven't had a problem with meals as such with anybody. Most of my guests are Europeans, have been Europeans. I've had a few Indian guests too, and nobody's really complained about my food. So fingers crossed. It should be okay.
Okay, so that's the page, right? The location.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see any more questions. Yeah. So if you would like to add something to this.
Keshu Singh.
Yeah, Keshavendra,
Keshu Singh, how
please.
about you, this thing? How about you? Huh? No,
We
he's
can't
not.
see your full face.
I know,
Yeah.
Keshu, let's see your face.
Yes.
Come on.
No, I have nothing to add.
Yeah, what you give in non-veg meal. So I think you do both vegetarian and non-vegetarian.
Yes, of course,
Fair.
of course,
Yes.
of course. We eat non-vegetarian food, so we have, again, whatever is available. There's certain times, like for example, during the month of Sawan, there was no mutton available in Rampura because there was no goat being cut, but chicken was there, so we were eating that. And there's certain thing that you've got to be a little, you have to be a little sensitive to what's happening around the area, the community too. And we have very strong ties. Keshu's been here for 30 years, so he's very strong ties with the community and the people. And we live our lives revolving around this place. We stay here permanently, so then we have other work happening around at the same time. So yeah, you've got to, but then mostly we kind of make sure that the guests are not inconvenienced in any way when it comes to food. We try to make sure that it's wholesome.
So Nagshri, the best time to go, she said, so winters, you said, right?
Winters is the best time. I do get guests in sometime in the month of October, but my personal best time is November. November to February is the best time. November to February. November post Diwali. This time Diwali is a little late, but post Diwali, the weather just becomes beautiful.
Okay.
And the landscape becomes beautiful. People have started plowing their fields. It looks prosperous. The water settled down. The boating can start. So I have to mention that a lot of activities are seasonal in nature. So, like for example, the boating happens only when the river settles down. During the rains, the Jamna Nadi does flood, the river, the levels do rise. So we don't do boating till the levels come down, so which is only after Diwali. And so does the Gur thing, the Gur unit only starts functioning after Diwali. The potter, of course, starts earlier, before Diwali.
So in winter, more or less around October, November, you'll be able to do all the activities.
Yeah, absolutely. Not October, November. This time
November,
Diwali is
December.
November. Yeah, so I'm not too sure how the rains are, so accordingly. Okay. But November, December, Jan, Feb, best times. It's fun because in the evenings you have the bonfires, you have the conversations that happen after over a drink and just before dinner. Those are the best things about.
And the gourd making thing you said is when?
That happens after Diwali. So whenever Diwali is, after Diwali.
After that, okay.
Yeah, between Dussehra and Diwali, they start preparing that area where they have got to put the pie and all that stuff and everything, getting all the machinery and everything ready. They have that thing to grind the sugar cane. So they start getting all that ready. Then sometimes if there's an off rain or something, they've got to get things ready for that. And after Diwali ke din they do puja and everything, and then they start.
Okay.
Everything is Even the bricklin functions only after Diwali. So again, they do a little puja and then they do it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she already mentioned, and we also discussed again that it is it's not wheelchair friendly, and people with mobility issues, she would really not suggest.
But I have to say, I mean, you can walk. It's not that mobility issues, matlab, if you're completely
no, but she's specifically asking about wheelchair. So that's
wheelchairs.
not.
No, wheelchair is not. Unfortunately, we are not ready for that.
Hmm. I don't have any more questions.
No more
Yeah,
questions?
so
All right.
I think, yeah, so then thank you. Thank you so much, Padmini. Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you so
Keshavendra.
much.
Yeah, that was wonderful. And yeah, surely, so anything comes up, we'll connect you to our agencies. And of course, you'll get the details also from us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.